full name is Kingston Walker, so a lot of people in my life call me King, I would say. King, I feel like it's a fitting nickname for the one. Not to like toot my own horn, but I just feel like Kingston, my name in itself is so powerful, so just kind of taking the nickname off of King, a lot of people, like I know, like a little kids, they'd be like, wow, like my son named King or da-da-da-da, or they'd be like, you're like, you got such a powerful name. So, because my dad, he used to, like when he used to drive to Ohio, he used to see this big sign on the wall that said Kingston on it, and he was just like, like that was a powerful name that stood out to him, so he went with Kingston, and I'm happy he did. I first started playing basketball like serious. I started playing for this team called the Motor City Chargers in Detroit, and I was about 6, 7 years old. I was about one of those too, for sure. So I kind of got into it then, and I wasn't really taking it serious, but even before then, like I was younger, my dad, he used to always like try to get me go to the gym, try to get me, but I used to like want to just sit in the house, like watch wrestling, play with my, like do little kid stuff. But as I got older, I kind of like seen him into it, so I kind of just got more into it and grew into the game as I got more older. So that, he had a great influence on my basketball career and journey and all. He been here for me like since the jump. He kind of, like I said earlier, he got me into the game like as a young age. I wasn't really into it. And then as I got older, like I told him, like, he like, what do I want to do with this? I told him, like, this is something I want to do like with the rest of my life, or like try to go pro for. So at that point, he like treated me as such, like gave me the full responsibility of what it took to get to that level and everything. And also in the same breath though, like he never like we like kept basketball. We try to keep basketball at home life, and not try to let like me having a bad game or me doing bad try to overlap kind of into like the at home life. Cause my Duke, she wasn't going for it anyway. But even just in general, like as I got throughout high school and my AAU days, he was just always there, very supportive. Came to a lot of different locations, Missouri, Atlanta, Indiana, just so many different locations, and been there for me with the highs and the lows of high school and AAU. So I definitely like get a biggest nod to my dad when it comes to like basketball and the influence for sure. I chose UNA because it felt like very transparent with Coach P and the staff from the jump. Like even with the recruitment before I got here, Coach Carter, we texting every day, we calling every other day, and just even before I came, Coach Smitty, AB, Foley, they all just texting me, kind of just getting to know me. And then when I came on the visit, just seeing how the program worked, like throughout my days here. I came for like 3, 4 days, so it was a really good visit. I felt like the love, and my mom also felt the love too. And it felt genuine more so than the other school, kind of just seemed more so like it's selling the pitch. But even in talking to the players, I talked to like Dame, Seuss, KJ, and Jakari. So just talking to those guys, like even when the coach is not there, trying to get a feel for it and how they like feel, because they the ones like who going to be on the player side of my end. So they all said it was good, and it was very consistent in the stories of what the coaches were saying versus what the players were saying, and it had that home feeling. And they took a chance on me coming here, giving me a scholarship. So I just felt the love, and then I just felt like it's the right place. Come down south, you know, I'm up north East Coast kid, so moving down south was something different too. So. So growing up, I played soccer from the youth level, but I kind of dropped that early on. In high school, I did cross country, football, and basketball. So those were the 3. And then as you got older, you kind of know, I did cross country to kind of combat what, like trying to help me with getting in better shape for basketball season, you know, like the long endurance, you get late in the 3rd and 4th quarter. And football, we had a really good football team at Loomis, so we had like #1 prep team like in the country. Had a lot of guys go D1, and my roommate he also played football too. So a lot of my guys are on the football team, and I really like just playing football. So I played it growing up, so that's why I chose to play football. But I ultimately decided to go high school basketball in high school because it was just like it was the sport I loved the most, and I really like constantly played the most. The other sports were just kind of either for fun or just kind of trying to help me further with basketball. So, and basketball, I was the best at it too. Like 6'6", 6'5". So that was the best chance I felt I had with. As far as like my whole like time down here in Alabama, like my whole year as a whole, I would say it was definitely a success. It's a different way of life down here. They mad country. They like mad country. It's just very different and it's slow paced. Like the people, they really nice though. Like Southern hospitality, that's a real thing for sure. They definitely open and welcoming and it's a very like home feeling. Like I do feel like I'm at home. I got very comfortable. Food. Like the only thing I say different about the food is really good. Like the Southern home cooked food is really good. I love it. And the little barbecue places they be having, again, Jamaican food, like Greek food sometimes. So I like to switch it up. But down here they got a lot of American good places. Like American food is gonna be no struggle finding none of those. I like all type of art, like just being creative in general. Like it's just so much you can do, create, innovate. I feel so. I'm really be tapped into everything. Like just when it comes to like I be paying like custom basketball shoes. If we get like a pair of shoes and it's a colorway that I don't like or something, then I'm go put my little twist on it or like adjust how I want it to look. And even with the rapping, like I got some boys. My boy Tyler, he played ball at Cincinnati, and my boy London, he played ball at he's committed to Alabama. So we'll get on some songs, hop on there and rap and just be creative in that way as well, just having fun, but also just being creative to like just wear different stuff. Like even this brand right here, this is my big brother's brand right here. So even getting that little creative touch from him as well, just helped me inspire just trying different art and stuff. Me, as anybody, I'm gonna be playing FIFA. I'm gonna get my FIFA games in. I'm gonna just be hanging out with the guys, chilling with the bros, always just cooling. I don't really try to do too much. I like going out as well with my friends and fam, but I really just be cooling. Just hanging out, doing different things, always trying to try something new. I'll go on a good amount of trips as well, so just trying stuff, new stuff, different stuff, trying to see what I like with others or like just be the best, like just be a good like option or just be a like resource to other people in their life. Kind of not everything kind of has to be for me or my family profit. Just kind of see how can I help, impact, inspire others and in His name and like through His word as well. I would say it's like many things, whether it's direct cash, you donate to different charities, or you go on different missionary trips. It's various ways you could help, impact, inspire others. It don't have to be kind of like something up front, like just giving people cash. Like I said earlier, it could just be just different community service, different like food drives, or just even if it's just going out and spending time with different kids in different situations. You never know. Some people might just need a conversation, or people in lower like communities, just giving them community centers that they could kind of like just try to go out to, or just try to stay out of trouble, or donating water to kids in impoverished. Represents being strong. It kind of, I try to make it reflect me, like just make me kind of being a lion in a symbolism like type of way. So, lion's supposed to be, they the king of the jungle. So, they always try to show no weakness, and also like showing pride. Like a lion is not only one lion in it, it's multiple lions. So just kind of even looking with that with me and my friends, like we could all be strong and leader and real men like together, and even for myself and my little own family pride, like I just want to kind of grow up to be a strong man and kind of just be a king and just stand on it, you know. I really do enjoy the art. I seen the different portraits and even a portrait of the landscape as well. So kind of seeing you could do the faces in the houses. I really like art, whether it's for my decor or just to gift someone as well. My brother, like I said, he's very into art, so he kind of gave me a portrait of myself. So I really just like to expand my own art collection as I get older. So it's something I definitely would want to buy and look forward to tap into in the future, no doubt. So I really like it. It's creative. It's a type of style I haven't personally seen too much in my life, but it's a good style too at the same time. So it's something I definitely want to tap in with. First and foremost, I want to thank God. I want to thank my mom, my dad, my parents, my siblings, and even my coaches, and Mr. D as well for giving me the opportunity to do the video, you know. And my message to everybody, like especially when it comes to this thing right here, is don't really, like, you could do anything with it. This ball has taken me so many places I wouldn't have been, giving me new experience, met so many people, and just try new things I wouldn't have been, all thanks to the ball. And you know, I'm just a kid from Detroit who lived in Connecticut too. Never would I thought I would have been in North Alabama, and down south in general, you know. So just know this ball can take you many places. It's limited. And just make sure, you know, like I said earlier, just you give it your all and do everything you can in your power. And just keep believing. A year ago today, I was uncommitted. I didn't even know where I was going to school. But like I said, thanks to God, He knew my path and put me in the right place. And I'm more than happy, more than grateful I chose Florence, Alabama, and UNA. I got some brothers, some great coaches, and just people in the community who I could call friends and build those relationships as well. And I only look forward to keep going up and keep going forward, you know, and that's all I gotta say.
King has sent me some photo references for me to paint from. When I first met him, he had mentioned that he was excited that I painted portraits and draw portraits, so he wanted me to do a photo, or not a photo, but a painting of him, or do a picture of him, create a picture of him. And so I said, okay, I'll do that. And he agreed to be in the Portrait Spotlight episode number 4. So right now, as you see, I have began with, well, I'm using titanium white permanent black. I took my water and some a little bit of slow dry medium gel and mixed it in with the paint, and I started to apply that to the canvas with a large brush at the beginning. Can't recall what size that brush was, but a large brush, you know, just to get the color down and to take the white off the canvas. And I wanted to do a color ground of gray and gray tone, or Grozal gray tone monochromatic painting first, and just wanted to establish my proportions, my angles, and just got them down with a round brush. I think a number 2 round brush. And then I started to proceed to put in my dark values first. after I got the color down as far as the background, everything. The whole entire canvas was overlaid in gray, but different values of that same color. And really wanted to test my ability to see the values. And even though the reference I was using was in color, I could have, and I normally do this, I could have put it in a gray scale, but I chose not to do that. Just squinted my eyes. The value is so great. Let me say it this way. It's very important that you squint. In other words, your eyes, like you're looking into a bright light, but to squint your eyes and see through your eyelashes. Eyelashes to filter out all the detail, all the extra busyness of what you see. So valuable as a painter to do that. So important to understand value. I mean, it provides the framework for your realism. Understanding, it's very important that you understand negative and positive shapes, but also your negative shapes are important too. They don't have to be perfect at the beginning, but just something in close vicinity of that, and just get pretty loose at the beginning. It's very important to be loose throughout the entire process, but then as you get into your details, you tend to tighten up, and that's understandable as long as you don't overwork and go back and tighten up everything. Edge work is very important. Edge work, wow, makes a difference in your painting. Not everything has to be sharp edge, hard edge. Really want to break free of those edges. I did a video on edges. You guys need to check that out. I will leave a description. I will leave a link in the description of that video so you guys can check it out. But edges is very important if you're going to work in the style of impressionism, is to break free. That's what it means to paint loose. I mean, not get crazy, but at the beginning, you really want to relax, just have fun, getting just color down, getting your values down. It don't have to be all perfect at this point, but just as you just loosen up, it's good to loosen up. And once you get loosened up, you feel free, then you start looking at your subject, find the dark values, put those values in a vicinity. It don't have to be perfect, but put them in the vicinity of where it's going to be, and then just build off of that. You go from the big, large shapes down to your smaller shapes, and then you just chisel away. It's a process, step-by-step process in doing that. The thing about palette knife, the drawback to that only is that you can't use thin. If you thin the paint down, it's gonna get runny. The purpose of the palette knife, for two purposes for me, well, three purposes: to mix my paints, and most artists use that to mix their paints up, pre-mix their paints, or mix their paints while they're painting. But to paint loose, because you're applying the paint down loosely, but to somewhat you have control, but you don't have control, so to speak. But to the other thing about the drawback to the palette knife is that if you thin your paint out, it runs off the palette knife. So the purpose of that palette knife is to apply the paint thick onto the canvas. You can actually apply brushwork first, and then go over it with a palette knife, which I may in the future may start doing that in some of it. But you could create a whole different style. But whatever works for you as an artist, you do that. But those are some things you could do to loosen up with your paintings. The days for me, as far as super cut out photographic paintings, to me, No offense to the artists that do those, but for me, it's just my preference, personal preference. I started out having a true, genuine appeal for that, or affinity toward those types of styles of paintings. But now I've grown in my journey of painting that I would like my paintings to be more painterly, more loose, where you can see the expression in the brushstroke. I wanted to loosen up every time I go to paint. My goal is to paint looser. And so I wanted to I want my painting to be looser than it was the previous painting. I was really focused on doing that. But the challenge is always a challenge, it seems, to paint loose. And for some reason, it seems like something draws me to paint tight. I want to paint a little bit more looser. So my experience in doing this portrait spotlight with King has been a very good production, because I came away left with these concepts of leadership and the opportunity to influence others. King presented himself very well. I was pleased at his respect. He's well-mannered. I perceive and seems as he's very, has his head on straight. We hope and pray that he stays focused, because he's headed on the right track. He has been given a wonderful privilege, a scholarship, an opportunity to prove himself, not only as a player, but as a student. The school has given him this opportunity to better his life, better himself. And the key for him is to stay focused and to accomplish the dream that he has right in front of him. I started out with titanium white and permanent black. I wanted to make sure that I established my values early on. I had it in my head. When I do my portraits, I never do a preliminary drawing. I'm not sure that a lot of portraitists do that, but the old masters like Sargent, he would do some preliminary drawing, or drawings that will lead to paintings, and that's something I may need to start considering. King had sent me some images of him playing basketball, some photos. I told him to let me, he wanted some artwork. When I told him about what I did when I first met him, I told him what I did. I do portraits and paint and stuff. He was really enamored with that. He was really, it captured his attention when I said I was a artist and that I paint and stuff. And as you see in the video, that he likes art. He has someone that did him a portrait of him, and he's given me the opportunity to do one for him now. And I count it as a privilege, and to represent him and also represent my craft. That's the whole point of the the portrait spotlight. It's an opportunity for me to showcase my process and my work, but also a chance for those out there that want to be in the spotlight, that has something to say to better people and better others, to add value to others. That's what portrait spotlight is all about. I'm using my Catalyst, Princeton Catalyst #4 flat brush, as I add the paints to the surface. Now the surface I'm working with is a Canson mixed media paper. Canson mixed media paper is 11 by 14. It's a little bit bigger, so you can be able to put it and fit it into a picture frame or even into a matte frame. Really enjoyed getting down the brush strokes. I really wanted to make sure, like I said, that I'm very loose with this, and I want to get to the point where my vision of seeing the proper perspectives and getting the not perspective, but getting the proportions down sometimes, and most artists do that. It's a constant adjustment. There's always going to be a constant adjustment. When you look at another person's artwork, particularly well seasoned, don't think that they just put that down and there was no mistake. The truth be told, they'll tell you I made many mistakes I had to correct. That's if you're doing it freehand and doing it from the principles of site size, maybe if you do site size or comparative. And me, I lean toward comparative measurements, where you take a feature and then you measure it off. But I lean toward that, but do I use that? I don't. I kind of adjust as I go. I put a major mark down or a feature or shape down and kind of work it from there to see if it works out or not. And that's really, I'm self-taught, even though I went to school for art and got some training, some study in high school on art and painting, and also in college. But I need more. So I think I'm going to learn more about myself, and I think it's going to bring out the best in me as an artist and create more momentum, because I need it right now. But like I said, I just wanted to establish this Grisaille, which is a monochromatic grayscale painting, and just move into color. What I did was I pre-mixed my skin tones ahead of time and laid them off to the side on my glass palette. Always when I do that, most of the time I do just set my skin tones out in advance, but I probably want to get to a point where I'm just gonna put my slow dry medium gel into my raw colors that come out of the paint, and then just gradually pull and mix the colors as I go. I want to try that probably in my 30-day challenge, that looseness, that quickness to be able to just get it and go. And of course, there's going to be a lot of application of water, because acrylics are not like oils. Oils take a long time to dry, days for it to dry. And you can, out there, for those who like to paint in oils, you can get a medium that speeds the drying process of your oil paints. Now guys, if you're listening to this and you hear some pecking going on, it's because at the time of this recording it's raining, and I'm sorry if it's bothering you, but I just took this liberty to take advantage of the time that I had, and I wanted to get this off my chest and off my thoughts on this process that I'm doing. I mean, the process is the same. It still remains the same. I just want to get better and stuff. So, but those colors, I start out with my medium values first, or darker tones really, and then work from there. And as you guys should know, seasoned painters already know this, but amateurs, if you're out there, you need to know that when you paint, you're painting in layers. So you keep building upon it. It's going to get in the ugly stage. It's going to look ugly at the beginning. I did a video, wedding bride or bride in profile. You guys need to check that out. I will leave a link in the description below that you can watch that, and the title of that is just Getting Past the Ugly Stage. I think you guys will find it very encouraging and very inspiring. But you know, you just keep building layers and layers of paint, and then eventually that paint begins to smooth out and bend. And but that first layer if you really work it good and don't forget, which I tend to do a lot, to let some of that underpainting show through. That really makes it, depending on what kind of style you're going toward. But to me, I need to consider that a lot more the next time I do my paintings and stuff, is to really make it a priority to not forget the underlayer, not completely cover up the underlayer and or the underpainting, the grisaille. But just that's all I wanted to share on this, and that I was really blessed with the opportunity. I was wanting to do another video on Portrait Spotlight, and I just happened to, actually, he saw me, and well, actually I saw him, and I said hello, and then the rest is history. He was really just drawn to me a lot. Me and him talked a long time on that day. We had a church gathering of outreach into the community, helping those that were less fortunate and being a blessing to the community. And that's when I got a chance to meet young King Walker. I think he's going to be a phenomenal basketball player. He just needs to make sure that he focus on the things that are important, and so forth like that. So you guys, thank you for watching. If you like this video, leave a comment below and also like the video. But don't forget also to subscribe. And thank you. God bless you for watching, and see you next time.